Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through April 16th, 2025. It is Wednesday, it is Mercury's day, and today Mercury is on the world point in Aries with Neptune. I think this is going to be kind of a big day in terms of world news for us. It's the kind of thing where we all hear the news, right? Not just like a little subset of humanity or culture or one place in the world. We all hear some news today. And I think that this news has to do with our way forward, the new world vision. This could be news about war, especially with the Aries signature being so strongly highlighted here with Mercury and Neptune coming together in Aries, the sign of the warrior, of the war, of the soldier, right? Of the pioneer. So there could be something really prominent today about that. Really passionate communication, right? This is a fire sign as well. And this can also bring a sense of I think almost like a spiritual message, right? Neptune being about our spiritual life, right? Our belief, the ultimate belief, and Mercury being about messages, the messenger, how we think, how we process, how we speak. So there could be some messages here about that. We do have 3:05 a.m. The moon in Sag is going to sextile Pluto in Aquarius. I think that this allows the moon in Sag, which really wants to go broad, but not so deep. It was just deep when it was in Scorpio. Right now, he's just kind of broad. He sees the whole trees, like the whole forest, but he doesn't see each individual tree. But Pluto in Aquarius is kind of inviting it to take into account more of maybe the tree, the individual tree aspect, right? It goes, I see that you see really broad, but now I need you to kind of refine whatever you are feeling into taking us all into consideration. Pluto and Aquarius being like the tribe, being community. So this allows for kind of some passionate and more intense feelings here. But I think because we're in fire and air signs, it's not the sort of psychological intensity that like causes like a lot of turmoil, but instead there is a depth here that allows us to go forward in a more social way. 11:50 a.m. and 2:50 p.m. we have some sesqui squares to Chiron and the sun. So again, this brings up wounds. Some sensitivity around some old wounds around our identity. This certainly can be around, as an American, unfortunately, um, the wounds that a lot of us are having around being American, right? I think that there's something to that around like our identity. This is how we identified, and like, are we the baddies? Yes. Anyways, so there is some frustration in the afternoon. And that aspect that I spoke of just a little bit ago about Mercury and Neptune making their conjunction, it is exact at 5:52 p.m. So again, spiritual messages about war, messages about the collective vision going forward. I think this is going to tell us more about the Neptune and Aries story, especially because it's on a world point. It's at the very first degree. It's at 0, right? It just started its journey. And Mercury goes, hey, do you want to know about what this whole like 14-year Neptune and Aries cycle is going to be? I got a message for you. This is something we need to pay attention to. And then at 10:30 p.m., we have the moon in Sag, sesqui square Mars in Cancer. And this, I could not think of two signs that like have less in common than Sagittarius and Cancer. So I really think that this particular aspect is incredibly cranky. There is a frustration around, our sense of freedom, and then the sense of like nurturing protection that we so desire and are going after, and we cannot make them jive. So if we're feeling really frustrated, really thwarted, not able to make sense of it all, just know that the moon aspect is usually pretty quick, and the feelings of it should pass pretty quick. So just hang in there, try to get some good sleep. In fact, go to sleep before 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and maybe you'll just miss that aspect altogether, All right. I will talk to you about tomorrow very soon. Take care. Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com, that is D as in dog, astrology.com, to check me out and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcast, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.